ठीक है सर. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Any question? कोई सवाल है? Any question? Anything? All clear? ठीक है. So, what was the last thing we have discussed? MSF, right? ठीक है. All right. So now let's discuss SDF. Okay. This tool is not applied in normal circumstances. First, remember. Okay. This is applied in extraordinary situation. This is a very recent tool. Okay. Do you remember reverse repo? What is that? Okay. RBI borrows from. ठीक है. So in reverse repo, is RBI giving any sort of security to the banks? What do you think? They give. Okay. Yes. Repo का उल्टा है reverse repo. Simple. In repo, what banks are doing? They are depositing the security, and after one day, let's say, they take it back. Fine, or whatever the condition is. Fine. ठीक है. In reverse repo उल्टा होगा. RBI has to deposit security with the bank in a way, if you see it. All right. So this security giving, taking, all these things are common. Okay. Sometimes it is RBI and sometimes it is the banks. Fine. But under this facility, standing deposit facility, RBI borrows. Remember, RBI borrows but doesn't provide any security whatsoever. कोई collateral नहीं होता है. No mortgage at all. ठीक है. But it is applied in an extraordinary situation only. अब कब अप्लाई होगा? इन्फ्लेशन हाई और इन्फ्लेशन कम में कब? इन जनरल लो हाई. अदर पीपल हाई इन्फ्लेशन में अप्लाई करेंगे या लो में अप्लाई करेंगे? ये हाई. Okay, yes, it will be in high inflation. Why? What is happening? Yes, it is also inversely proposed. What is happening? This is State Bank of India. This is Reserve Bank of India. पैसा यहां से यहां जा रहा है. ठीक है. And it is kept with RBI. ठीक है. It is kept with RBI. Fine. So here what happens? Liquidity more or less? What will be the situation? Liquidity more or less? Less. Liquidity less is a situation of high inflation normally. Clear? During the booming phase, it can be employed. During high inflation, it can be employed. ठीक है? Again, the relationship is that of inverse. Simple है. जो reverse repo का वही इसका होगा. Clear? So write down. It is a mechanism recently introduced by RBI RBI to absorb excess liquidity from the commercial banks without requiring the RBI to provide government security to the commercial bank. It is an instrument which is not frequently applied in the market. It is mostly used to contain inflation higher inflation, write down, contain higher inflation in the market. Urjit Patel Committee in 2014 recommended this instrument for the first time. Urjit Patel Committee recommended this instrument for the first time in 2014. ठीक है? Next, OMO. ठीक है? Open Market Operation. Simple. OMO simply means buying and selling of government securities. ठीक है? इसका simple मतलब है that sometimes RBI buys security, sometimes RBI sells security. It is up to them. And what is government security, beta? It is a kind of promissory note. Technically, it is called promissory. It's promise किया जा रहा है ना, ठीक है? Promise किया जा रहा है कि this is the money you have given, this is the condition that I am putting. You will get this much interest, and this is the date of maturity. Something like that is written. ठीक है? Okay. So buying and selling. Now let's see. I said buy, and I said sell. ठीक है? Let's first understand selling. ठीक है? मान लो RBI है, ठीक है, and market है. RBI and market. Market means anyone. कोई भी खरीद सकता है ना. You can buy if you want, provided you have money. बिना पैसे खरीद नहीं पाओगे. तो पैसा है, you can buy. I can buy. Mentora IS can buy. Ambani can buy. Bank can buy. Anyone can buy. Clear? So market means that. So RBI is giving a piece of paper, and from market RBI is taking the money, right? So in when you talk about selling, तो मनी रीचेस टू हु, आरबीआई, ठीक है। चलो, इन दिस सिचुएशन लिक्विडिटी विल बी मोर और लिक्विडिटी विल बी लेस, लिक्विडिटी लेस, तो यहां पे लिक्विडिटी लेस, ठीक। हियर बाइंग ऑपरेशन आरबीआई एंड मार्केट, ठीक है, दो है। नाउ आरबीआई टेक्स द piece of paper, give to this, तो liquidity will be high or low, समझ में आ रहा है ना? If you are not understanding, do ask, दोबारा मौका नहीं मिलेगा, clear? If you don't understand, do ask, clear? So it is liquidity high and it is situation of liquidity less, high and less, okay. So when RBI sells, liquidity will be less. When RBI buys, liquidity will be high. Now this operation they do very frequently, almost once a month, sometimes even more, we don't know that, it's up to RBI and of course Modi ji, government of India, ठीक है, okay. This operation is done very frequently, okay, but it's a very good tool after repo. This perhaps is the best tool to control liquidity, okay. जब भी liquidity control करना होगा तो this is after repo, I will say this is the operation that they do more frequently than using any other instrument, ठीक है। इसमें कभी कभी फायदा हो जाता है आरबीआई और कभी कभी थोड़ा लॉस भी हो सकता है, डिपेंड्स, आरबीआई को तो नहीं, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को, ठीक है। लिखो, it is a tool, one moment, write down, it is a tool to control liquidity in the market, full stop. It involves buying and selling of government securities in the open market by RBI. Then there will be, theoretically, there will be no impact, okay. Liquidity can't be changed if no one is buying, ठीक है, ना बढ़ा सकते हैं ना घटा सकते हैं, it's simple, all right, but it never happens. The best is the government, most trusted institution is government, so people die, so it is based on auction, okay. मैंने बोली कि भाई आज today a bond will come, ठीक है, other people place their bidding and within 1 minute it's gone, that's the demand. It depends on that maturity date, matlab for how long you are investing money. If let's say 30-year bond is there, ठीक है, then rate of interest will be higher. There is one bond, UP government, Uday bond, every government has Uday bond, UP government has a very good bond, minimum investment is 10 lakh and I think it is 7 to 10 years maturity date is, and interest they are giving is 10.25, I guess. But your money is blocked for 10 years. And minimum investment is also 10 lakh. 10 lakh and multiples of 10 lakh. 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh. That way I can invest. Okay. There is one bond. China ka bond hai. That is for 50 years. They are making a project on Brahmaputra, that mega dam. That dam will cost around $100 billion. Okay, so for that they are generating fund for 50 years. Because the construction of that dam will take not less than 20-25 years. That's a mega project. Okay, super dam. So for 50 years, they are giving interest of 11-12% or maybe more. But again, whatever you will invest, the principal amount is stuck for 50 years. आप फायदा नहीं उठा पाओगे. Your son will or daughter will take benefit of that. After 50 years, you are gone. Okay, but yes, there are bonds like that. It can give you return, very good return. Secondly, also it depends not just on time, duration, it also depends on who is issuing. For example, American government issues, they give you very less interest. But if Indian government will issue, it will give you better interest. Because we are weak economy, America is strong economy. That also matters in the bond price. Okay, so there are so many things. We'll talk about it आगे. We'll talk. ठीक है, लिख लीजिए. क्या लिखा? What was the last thing? In the open market by RBI. Full stop. In case of buying operation, liquidity in the market increases, and in case of selling operation, liquidity decreases. ठीक है? Okay. Now, instruments, all the instruments are done, but there are few more instruments I would like to teach. Okay. Those are again not very normal instrument. It comes rarely. Okay. वैसा instrument भी कुछ है. I'll tell you about that. Now, long term repo operation, LTRO. Sometimes this is also called as TLTRO. T stands for targeted. Okay. अब ये क्या है? Let's understand. LTRO and TLTRO. Normally, the minimum interest rate in any country would be what rate? Which rate is the minimum interest rate in any country? क्या लगता है? रेपो रेट. रेपो रेट एकदम सबसे कम in any country. रेपो रेट इज द लोएस्ट पॉसिबल रेट. ठीक है, चलो. नॉर्मली रेपो रेट हम लोग क्या पढ़े? That it is for, normally it is employed for 1 day, and there is also term repo, T repo, term repo. Term repo में क्या था? 7, 14 and 28. These are the three things that is available here. RBI can bring others as well. We don't know about it. Okay. So basically we can say it's for short duration. Any problem with that statement? Short duration ke liye, that's clear? Okay. But it says long term repo operation. It goes against repo's idea. Repo is ultra short duration instrument. But यहाँ पे बोलता है long term repo operation. Repo operation will be done. मतलब loan will be provided at repo rate, but for long term purpose. Okay. So just before COVID 2019, Indian economy was not faring well. Still it is not faring well. Okay, growth rate is 7 point something percent, but ideally we should have been moving at 9%, maybe 10% abhi ke time pe. Okay, so during that period 2019, the situation, the economic situation of India is not good. The growth was not picking up. Also in banking sector, I will teach one thing, that NPA crisis, non-performing asset, suna hai? Okay, non-performing simply means I have taken loan, you are the banker, I went to you and asked you for loan, you gave me 1 crore loan, and then what I am supposed to do? Installment every month, chukana mangta hai, but मैं क्या करूँ, चुका नहीं रहा हूँ. All right, if I am not doing that, that will become NPA. Clear? I am supposed to return, but I am not returning. Okay, मैं मान लियो मेरा पैसा अपना है, कमाया हुआ, ठीक है, तो that bank will classify my account as NPA in that sense. Okay, so that time NPA crisis also hit. Okay, why it was there, that's a different thing, we'll talk about it in banking sector. Okay, लेकिन वो था, तो because of banking related issues and because of other related issues, okay, अब एक चीज और समझो, try to understand the psychology of bank. Let's imagine that she is the banker, she is the manager of SBI, ठीक है, and she has taken loan, he has taken loan, she has taken, इधर जितने बैठे हैं सब ने लोन लिया, ठीक है, clear, and everyone defaulted, पैसा ले लिया, बोला दूंगा नहीं, ठीक है. अब now if she will visit her bank, she is a genuine candidate, good business and everything, record is also good, they are fraudster, ठीक है, पैसा लेके भागा. अब now try to understand the psychology of this manager. If even if she is very genuine and कागज वागज सब चीज बढ़िया, everything very fantastic, ठीक है, she will go to her and say, sir, madam, loan. What she will do? Try and understand. You tell me, what will you do? Will you give loan? Why? धोखा, धोखा मिल जाता है फिर नहीं देंगे ना, बिकॉज नौकरी पे थ्रेट आ जाएगा. आई एम द CMD, आई विल फायर हर, बिकॉज फॉर मी प्रॉफिट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. इफ शी इज नॉट परफॉर्मिंग, देन व्हाई वुड आई कीप हर? हाँ, she will not give loan even if she is very genuine. Okay, अब सोचो, you are the people who is not returning the loan, ठीक है, मतलब आपका बिजनेस ठीक नहीं चल रहा होगा इसलिए आप पैसा नहीं देना चाह रहे. डोंट थिंक कि लेके भाग गया मान लिया टाइप, डोंट थिंक लाइक दैट. ओके, थिंक दैट यू गाइज आर गुड गाय, you want to do business, but your business did not go well, that's why you are not able to return her, ठीक है. तो you are not creating any growth related activities in the market, कोई फैक्ट्री नहीं, कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट नहीं, nothing. Now she wants पैसा, she can create employment and other things, ठीक है, very genuine. लेकिन अभी इनको पैसा ही नहीं दिया इन्होंने, will she be able to create anything? No. तो if I am the prime minister of this country, सोच लो, ठीक है, 2 मिनट के लिए, if I am the prime minister, what will I think? इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी हो रहा है क्या, ग्रोथ हो रहा है क्या? Then फिर the 3 people sitting there, will they vote for me? I am in severe problem. They will ask, next time I will come, I will say I will make India great again, है ना, मेक अमेरिका ग्रेट अगेन बोल रहे, तो आई विल ऑल्सो से मेक इंडिया ग्रेट अगेन. ओके, तो वो लोग बोल ट्रस्ट करेगा? बिकॉज आई एम नॉट क्रिएटिंग एनी अपॉर्चुनिटी. सो दिस इज एन एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी सिचुएशन, एंड दैट इमर्ज्ड primarily, not the only reason, primarily because of default of these people. इनका कोई गलती नहीं है, but bank is in fix. She is an entrepreneur, she is not getting anything. I am the policy maker and I am also at fix. So I will do something extraordinary. This is an extraordinary attempt. Okay. Here, 1 year and 3 year loans were provided. End बोला, ठीक है. Loans are provided, loan मिल रहा है at the prevailing repo rate. Repo rate normally कब पढ़ा है, क्या पढ़ाया? Short duration. 1 year and 3 year तो long duration हो गया. What do you say? Right? I gave, and the RBI, I gave 1 lakh crore into the market through this. ठीक है. क्यों? अगर मैं नेक्स्ट आरबीआई हूं, मैंने इनको दिया लोन, शी इज एसबीआई मैनेजर, शी गॉट द पैसा, ठीक है. नाउ शी हैज सर्टेन लिबर्टी. नाउ शी कैन गिव मनी टू समवन हु इज जेन्युइन. ओके, they have defaulted. Now she can call her and say कि आप आ जाओ, we are ready to give you loan. Your that situation, that model is very good. Your business idea, I like the idea. Come, we'll give you loan. Now she will go to her and she will give loan to her. Additional 1 lakh rupees is injected in the market. और बैंक लेके तो पैसा बैठेगा नहीं, क्या करेगा? लोन दे. दैट एडिशनल मनी. ओके, तो मार्केट में जब पैसा जाएगा तो फिर क्या होगा? ग्रोथ हो जाएगा. आई एम द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, आई विल बी हैप्पी. ठीक है, शी विल बी हैप्पी, बिजनेस चल रहता है. आई एम द प्राइम मिनिस्टर, आई एम हैप्पी बिकॉज एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेटेड बाय हर. शी विल बी हैप्पी बिकॉज शी गेव द लोन एंड शी इज रिटर्निंग बैक. बिजनेस केम लाइफ. क्लियर? बट व्हाई टारगेटेड क्यों है ना? तो that 1 lakh crore rupees was given by Reserve Bank of India for, and there was a condition associated with 1 lakh crore rupees. The condition was that money will be given by the bank only to the sectors which has very strong backward forward linkage, particularly infrastructure. अगर इनका कंपनी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का नहीं है तो सी विल नॉट कॉल हर, सी विल कॉल हिम कि भाई तुम्हारा कंपनी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर का, तुम आ जाओ. दैट मनी दे कैनॉट गिव टू इन फॉर एनी अदर पर्पस, ओनली इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. दैट्स व्हाई टारगेटेड. और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से क्या होता है? वेरी बैकवर्ड फॉरवर्ड लिंकेज इज वेरी गुड, एम्प्लॉयमेंट अप. सो दिस वॉज यूज्ड ओनली वंस. एक बार यूज हुआ है ये, ओनली वंस इन 2019. सो इसको मैं इसीलिए, दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई आई हैव नॉट केप्ट अंडर इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट अ रेगुलर इंस्ट्रूमेंट, इट वाज यूज्ड वंस. ओके, एक ही बार मैंने देखा है और ये दिखता नहीं है. एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी सिचुएशन में आरबीआई इनोवेट समथिंग, दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ देयर इनोवेशन. क्लियर? तो लिखो, it is designed to facilitate transmission of monetary policy and flow of credit in the economy by injecting excess liquidity in the market. Liquidity in the market. Para change. Under LTRO, funds are provided to banks at repo rate to the banks at repo rate, allowing the bank to secure to secure 1 year and 3 year loan at the same rate as 1 day repo. One day repo. चलो अब एक और है. Again this is an extraordinary measure. Market stabilization scheme. अच्छा एक चीज बताओ, कल कितने बच्चों का पूरा कंप्लीट हो गया था पेपर? हाउ मेनी ऑफ फुल्ली कंप्लीटेड? यू कंप्लीटेड? नो अदर पीपल? टेस्ट पेपर पूरा कंप्लीट कर एक ही आदमी गया था? व्हाट वाज द मेजर प्रॉब्लम? आंसर राइटिंग वाज द मेजर प्रॉब्लम. और बहुत लोग तो दिए भी नहीं लग रहा है. Half. So what problem did you identify? That you are not able to think fast, right? Now that is called as brainstorming. समझे? This is a skill. This is, for example, I am theoretically very strong at driving. ठीक है? Does it mean that someone will give me their car to ride on the road? आज तक देखो मेरे को कार चलाते हुए. Someone comes and pick me or drop me because I am theoretically good at car driving. एग्जाम ले लोगे तो शायद मैं ला दूंगा 60-70% नंबर. All right. Okay. So a skill set is learned on the ground. Theoretically, I also know swimming. Does it mean that I can swim? So brainstorming is an activity, but it's a skill. This is something you have to learn. We don't have choice. Answer तो लिखना ही मांगता है ना. Can we do anything about it? If this is the path, whether the path is good or bad, but this is the path we have to travel. हमारे पास choice होता कि नहीं, इधर से नहीं, इधर से चले जाता हूं. ठीक है, तो कोशिश कर लेते. बट दिस इज तो क्या करना है? द थिंग्स दैट यू हैव कवर्ड प्रीवियसली. फॉर एग्जांपल क्या 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 हो गया? हिस्ट्री, सम पार्ट ऑफ हिस्ट्री. ज्योग्राफी इज फुल्ली डन. इकोलॉजी इज डन, राइट? एनवायरमेंट इकोलॉजी. तो उसको पूरा क्वेश्चन टेक द PYQ, both objective type and subjective type. First do the objective type and then start subjective type. Start writing. The best part with you is, I am telling you this thing, I don't know about Bangalore much, but a smaller classroom is a gift. It's a gift. Otherwise, in big classroom, teacher doesn't give a damn. So there are certain benefits I am telling you, जो यहाँ पे है, it's not available in Delhi. मैं दिल्ली में पढ़ाता था, आप मेरे से मिल के दिखा देते. I am very easily available to you here. But there in Delhi, it's not easy to talk to me. It's not that कि वहां मैं जाता हूँ arrogant बन जाता हूँ. Arrogant master. No, I am not arrogant. ठीक है. I love to help, but I don't have time to help. That's the problem. Guard and other people will not allow you in my chamber. ठीक है. क्यों? क्योंकि उसको पता है कि there will be another class. कि सर क्लास में 2.5 hour he spoke. Then again in chamber he is speaking. खाना कब खाएंगे? नाश्ता कब करेंगे? Okay. So it's become very difficult for them to meet, to teachers. Not me, I am saying any teacher. Okay. यहाँ पे आप लोग को बहुत access है. But I have not seen much of you meeting Safir sir. क्या पूछ लें कुछ? Geography is done. पूछ लें कि भाई सर इसका आंसर I have written, please एक बार बता दो. Why? It's a gift, trust me. Even after paying 2 lakh rupees or more than that in Delhi, you will not get to meet me. We are not able to give them time. स्टूडेंट को. आप लोग को तो देखा नहीं यहाँ पे. यू आर टेकिंग द बेनिफिट ऑफ सफीर सर. हाँ, I might be busy. I have to manage so many things. Institute management, pamphlet design, when the pamphlet will be distributed, in which area it will be distributed, what we should target. 100 of things are there. I might be occupied. That's a possibility. That's the reality. That's what I am going through. But अगर दूसरे सर है उनसे पूछो ना. Try to take benefit. It is not easy to get success. Remember, path of success is very tiresome and very tumbling. Not easy. वरना highest you want to become the, किसको बोलते हैं अंग्रेजी में, crème de la crème. That is what it is. You want to become the cream of the society. फिर मेहनत भी तो ऐसे ही करना पड़ेगा ना. Okay. I knew that most of you will be stuck. I told them कि do not allow anyone to go beyond 1 hour. It was my strict instruction. 1 घंटे ज्यादा किसी को मत देना. Because I want you to know the problem that we face when we start solving things. If you don't know the problem, you cannot reach to the solution. Problem means, the solution means understanding the problem. That's the first step. So you have understood कि दिमाग नहीं चल रहा है जितना फास्ट चलना चाहिए. Hand was ready, but ये नहीं चल रहा. नहीं चलता, किसी का नहीं. When I started writing answer first, it was not working. किसी का ऑल इंडिया रैंक 1 का भी नहीं चलता है. ठीक है. I have seen many toppers. क्लासरूम से इतने सारे निकले. Okay, the first time I taught in a big class. Otherwise, initial days when I was student, so I was teaching that current affairs. Some people have given me the opportunity to teach current affairs, and I used to earn few thousand rupees, and I was surviving. Okay. So, but first time when I taught full length syllabus, 1 portion complete, उसी बैच से rank 4. ठीक है. I went to Allahabad. That they sent me to Allahabad. She was from that batch. 4th rank है उसका 2016. Okay. I have seen one thing in her. Okay, she used to wait for me for like 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Okay, and I used to give her 10-15 minutes. Okay, but the question that she used to ask was a very worthwhile question. That was question that it means that somebody has worked up till this much. Okay, they have worked, and now they have certain confusion, they have certain things. That kind of question she used to ask. Okay, she also got best DM award in UP. Doing great. The point is that you have to take effort. Skill generation is not an easy thing. We can teach you in excellent manner. Other teacher will come, fantastic teacher, the teacher like you have never seen before. But फायदा क्या होगा? Teacher can only teach you. The rest of the thing is up to you. This is your journey, not mine. I have not seen, मैंने कभी नहीं देखा कि आप लोग सफीर सर से कुछ इस तरह का, बहुत कम, रेयर. Sometimes I saw, ठीक है, कि newspaper, other things you were discussing, but you could have discussed more. So when they are here, discuss those things, okay, which will help you in the examination. Normally, abhi ke time I am not free that much. So many assignments are there, but in coming months, okay, थोड़ा मेरे को भी समय मिलेगा. Come meet me. Okay. स्किल जनरेशन में टाइम लगेगा. तो ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग इज वन थिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल, योर जो सिलेबस हो गया, टेक आउट द PYQ, बाय अ बुक ऑफ PYQ. पहला बात तो प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस बोथ. ओके, अनसॉल्व्ड, मेंस वाला अनसॉल्व्ड, मेंस में नेवर बाय सॉल्व्ड. ओके, because the answer, the quality of the answer that is given in solved is much inferior to what you can get on ChatGPT. Okay, so there is no point buying that book. ठीक है, अभी हम लोग खुद brainstorm करेंगे and will reach whatever is needed. ठीक है, do it that way, तब होगा. तो आपसे ये ध्यान में रखना है कि वो that the problem is brainstorming. Brain should work very fast, and that comes only through practice. How to break down the question and other things, I can teach you in 3 days. Trust me. But the generation of point has to come from your mind. मैं 3 दिन में सिखा तो सकता हूं आपको पूरा आंसर राइटिंग. Okay. लेकिन the generation of point I cannot teach you. That's your own innate skill. It has to come from you, and that can come only through practice. No other way is there. ठीक है, तो उसको करने का है और स्टार्ट करिए. अब चलो, मार्केट स्टेबलाइजेशन स्कीम. नाउ फर्स्ट आई विल टेल यू नॉर्मल सिचुएशन में क्या होता है. In normal circumstances, what happens that government of India is here, RBI is here, and market is here. ठीक है, normally what happens, government of India requests the Reserve Bank of India to issue the government securities on their behalf. Who issues security? No, RBI issues security. On whose behalf? Government of India's behalf. Clear? चलो, तो इशू करा देते हैं. ठीक है, RBI issues security and market gave them rupee. ठीक है, and normally this rupee reaches to government of India. ठीक है, and government of India normally does what? they do it. ठीक है, like मोदी जी promised expressway from Bengaluru to Patna, बनाया था ना आप लोगों ने. For that money was needed. This is how money is generated. This is normal circumstances. Okay. So here what do you see? Though money was taken from the market, but that money finally went back to the market. चला गया पैसा market में. The moment government do the spending, पैसा तो market. कोई problem? Any problem यहाँ तक? ठीक. Now MSS का situation देखते हैं. Okay. So we have GOI, we have RBI and we have market. अच्छा, एक चीज और. Here remember, market means you have invested. Of course, why would you give money to Modi ji? You can give vote, can't give money. ठीक है. Alright, तो मोदी जी को पैसा क्यों दिया? क्योंकि you will get interest. So from government of India, interest budget. Every year budget is there, है ना? Okay. Budget I will teach you later. ठीक है. Budget is there, you know it. अंदर का बात छोड़ दो. अंदर what is there in budget, we'll talk about it later. ठीक है. Forget about it. But budget is there. Through budget you can allocate money जो interest वाला है. ठीक है. Every year near about 20 to 21% of the total expenditure of government of India goes towards interest payment. 100 में से 20 रुपए 21 रुपए interest payment. Imagine. But whatever is the case, the interest is paid by who? RBI or government of India? RBI has nothing to do with it. RBI is just a facilitator. ठीक है? RBI is just a facilitator. Even RBI want to buy, they can buy securities. It's up to them. They can keep certain security for themselves and give money to government of India. That can happen. All right? RBI has full power. So RBI is not giving anything. RBI is just a facilitator. ठीक है? Clear? चलो. Now in this situation, let's see. RBI gave money, security paper, and market gave rupee. Now, here this rupee RBI will keep with themselves. यहाँ से यहाँ transfer नहीं करते. They don't do transfer. But the interest budget. ठीक है. Interest will be given by government of India. This scheme is this. Why this arrangement is there? बताओ. ये arrangement है क्यों? मैंने समझा दिया mechanism, but I want to know why this arrangement is there. Why? Yes. So huge liquidity problem is there. Inflation is high. So this is one instrument they can apply, and they will keep the money here. RBI doesn't transfer that money to the government of India. They keep that money with themselves, but interest payment is done by RBI. ठीक है. तो in the market you have paper and पैसा किसके पास? तो liquidity less in the market, right? So this again is an extraordinary instrument. ठीक है. ये भी instrument is not a normal instrument. It is apply seldomly. ये बहुत frequent application नहीं होता इसका. Okay? Okay. One thing. This sort of bond, अब देखो एक चीज और है. नाम देखो, लिखा है Market Stabilization Scheme. It means it's a scheme, governmental scheme kind of. Now, this paisa is paid by government of India. They cannot pay you just like that. Okay? Because you are not, government of India is not benefiting. Rather, there is a loss to the government of India, right? Every month you have to pay interest. है कि नहीं है? तो there is loss to the government of India. But बजट से तो पैसा जा रहा है, तो पैसा जाएगा तो कोई तो हेड में जाएगा, कुछ तो पुट करना होगा. Why that money is going? In which scheme that is going? मनरेगा is a scheme, gone. प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना is a scheme. ठीक है, all the योजनास. ठीक है, योजना is what? Scheme. ठीक है, हिंदी में बोलते हैं. तो it has to be under some head. That's why it's a scheme, so that this can become easier. Second, this type of bond, okay, is called as market stabilization bond. कि मार्केट को स्टेबलाइज करने के लिए बॉन्ड. सेकेंड, दिस टाइप ऑफ बॉन्ड इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड स्टेरिलाइजेशन बॉन्ड. स्टेरिलाइज क्या करते हैं? वो जो इक्विपमेंट्स होता है मेडिकल का, वी कीप इट इन सम बॉइलिंग वाटर और एनीथिंग. ठीक है, पहले करते थे, अब तो डिफरेंट सॉर्ट ऑफ डिवाइसेस, रेडिएशन डिवाइसेस हैज कम अप. बट इन अर्लियर टाइम क्या करते थे, या अभी भी क्या करना, घर पे करना होता है. तो व्हाट डू? वी कीप थिंग्स, जो भी चीज इस तरह का मेटेलिक है, वी कीप इट इन बॉइलिंग वाटर एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम वी ड्रॉ इट बैक, है ना. वो क्या हो जाता है? स्टेरिलाइज हो जाता है. मींस इट डजंट कंटेन एनी इन्फेक्शन. उसमें कोई वायरस और वो जो वट एवर बैक्टीरिया और एनीथिंग, इट वोंट कंटेन एनीथिंग लाइक दैट. ठीक है, it is. So this bond is called sterilization bond. Why sterilization? Because the impact is same. The ill effect of inflation is somehow gone. समझ गए? तो sterilization भी clear? लिख दिया जाए. देखो, it is a monetary policy instrument. Policy instrument where RBI issues governmental securities to reduce liquidity in the market. Full stop. The fund generated by selling these securities is kept with the RBI and not transferred to the government. However, interest paid on such securities is channeled through the budgetary allocation by GOI. Budgetary allocation by GOI, Government of India. Para change. Such bonds are called market stabilization bond. And at times market sterilization bond. Para change. Stabilization is monetary policy strategy that central bank employs central bank employs to counter the adverse impact of capital inflow and outflow in the economy. Inflow or outflow in the economy. Comma MSS ये MSS is one such strategy. ठीक है? Now listen, all the quantitative instrument is done. Now put up the heading qualitative instrument. ठीक है? Free. Now put up the heading margin requirements. In most of the cases you can take. No, that will act as a security. For example, it's like gold. Gold we are keeping, we are taking money. So if the gold value is 10 lakh, they will give you somewhat around 7-8 lakh. They dete 70-80%. So that's like act as a mortgage. That security paper can act like a mortgage. They can. Yes. They will take it. Gold, for example, if I did not pay, they'll keep our gold. In the same manner, they can keep the security paper. Okay. So, but we can take loan. They will give you loan like matlab very easily. Bank can give you loan. No, the face value. Okay, but in some bonds they might not accept. It could be possible. Maybe ultra short duration they will not accept. Okay, treasury bill they might not accept. Can't say with CBM hota hai, cash management bill, CMB, sorry. They will not accept it because the duration is very less, 90 days. So that is also government security, but they will not accept. Okay. So it depends on the kind of security we are having. Okay. चलो. तो market क्या लिखा? Margin requirement. Now, देखो, there are certain kind of commodities where the speculation is very high. Okay, वहाँ पे speculation बहुत high चलता है. And let me tell you, let's first talk about speculation. What is speculation? ठीक है. For example, we have not read stock market as of now. नहीं पढ़ा. We'll teach you later. ठीक है. But stock market in general क्या? For example, these 4 people think that market will go up, but all these people are thinking market will go down. What will happen to the market in general? In general, market will go up or market will come down? In general, more number of people are here. They are thinking down. The chance is normal circumstances, exceptional could be there. Okay, but normally it will go down. Okay, right? This is what? Speculation. Most people speculated कि up जाएगा तो up हो जाएगा, down चला जाएगा. It can happen both way. Okay, Sometimes some people deliberately do it. Okay. How? Let's say C and her both colluded. ठीक है, मान लेते दे आर थिंकिंग कि मार्केट अगर ऊपर चला जाएगा तो आई विल मेक विंडफॉल गेन. बोथ ऑफ देम कोलैबोरेटेड. ठीक है, एंड नाउ बोथ ऑफ देम ट्राइंग टू कन्विंस हिम हर. ठीक है, अब 4 लोग कन्विंस कर लिया, रिमेनिंग जो भी पीछे हैं ऑल विल के देयर आर मेनी ट्रेंड्स, अप होगा अप होगा अप होगा अप होगा. यू क्रिएटेड अ ballooning effect there. ठीक है, now if most people start thinking up, market will go up. These two are colluding. But I am a regulator, I may not be able to catch them. The practice is illegal, what they are doing, but I cannot catch them because it carries a sentimental value. It's very difficult to know that these two people colluded. बहुत मुश्किल है. How to identify? यही दोनों हैं. Crores of investor is there. कैसे करेंगे? It's a bad practice. It's a unethical practice, illegal practice. Yet, तो speculation is that. ठीक है? Now, particularly, and there are many variety of loan in the bank. Okay, एक variety ये हो सकता है कि I am taking loan for such commodities where the chance of speculation is very high. Okay, वैसा चीज के लिए लोन ले रहा हूं जहां पे speculation chance is very high. Food and other related item, for example, speculative chances are extremely high there. बहुत high हो जाए होता है. This particularly more so perishable item. Perishable item won't last long. ठीक है, तो in between, if somehow I am a person who holds 100 ton of onion, and if price goes up little bit, 20, 30, 40 rupees अगर मान लेते हैं, okay, then I will gain a lot. होगा कि नहीं होगा? तो for me, it is good that I create a market sentiment which enhances the price. So what am I doing? Speculating. 40 रुपए हो जाएगा. Same collusion kind of. All right. So if, remember, if I am taking loan for those commodities where speculation का जो chance है ज़्यादा है, तो then C being the bank manager will keep margin requirement high. That I will give you, sir, 1 crore loan for onion or anything, any commodity, a speculative nature. ठीक है, but I will not give you in one installment. I'll keep 40% of it with myself and 60% I am giving you. Rest I'll give you in 3 installment. 10 lakh, 10 lakh and last installment 20 lakh. ठीक है, this you can do. That is called as margin requirement. कि margin क्या करो, बढ़ा. तो if अभी के टाइम में margin requirement is 20%, RBI says that maintain 20%. Okay, तो मार्केट में टोटल पैसा कितना होगा? 100 है अगर, तो 80 rupees will be in the market. If RBI increases the margin requirement to 40%, then how much there in the market? 60 rupees in the market. So 60 means less liquidity in the market. So this way as well they can control liquidity. Clear? Okay, right on. Why qualitative? Because it is done for specific commodities, specific things. Possibility is there that for commodity A margin is 40%, but commodity B margin is 0%. Okay, so it is impacting the economy not in a flat manner. It is impacting the economy in a qualitative manner. जिसको जितना चाहिए, you want 2 roti, I gave you 2. She want 3 roti, I gave her 3. If that I want 10 roti, then I am getting 10. This is a qualitative approach. Okay, now everyone is happy. That is why. But repo, other things are flat. 2%, 6%, 4%. इसमें तो सबको बराबर है. Got it? Right down. RBI put certain conditionalities on banks related to margin requirements for loans related to certain commodities. Para change. RBI may impose higher margin requirements for those commodities which are speculative in nature. Example, security trading, commodity trading, etc. ठीक है? Now put up the heading क्या है? Rationing of credit. Now first let's understand what is rationing. Okay? What is rationing? बताओ. Rationing का मतलब ओके और कोई व्हाट इज rationing? हाँ वैसे ही मीन्स इफ आई हैव समथिंग, इफ आई ब्रॉट चॉकलेट, ठीक है, मैं बोलूंगा ले लो, तो सबसे ज्यादा कौन लेगा? जिसको सबसे ज्यादा ताकत है ना, सबसे ज्यादा वही लेगा. क्यों? दे कैन use their physical strength. That is not called rationing. Rationing is what? I will give you 3 chocolate, 2 chocolate to everyone. That is rationing. सबको मिल गया. Got it? चलो. अब now, she is the bank manager. Okay. And I'm asking her one question. Let's imagine she is like Ambani. Be happy. All right. Second, let's say he is Adani. You can want to change name as well, no problem. ठीक? Not many people like Adani, but he is rich. Like or dislike, who cares? And he is, ठीक है, a farmer. And he is a teacher. 4 people came to you to seek loan. Who you will give loan? First, Ambani Adani. ठीक? Okay. And he is government school teacher, PGT teacher. बढ़िया टीचर. ठीक है? All right. So यहाँ पे क्या बोलते? PUC बोलते हैं, right? +2 is PUC, right? PUC teacher. All right. He is government PUC teacher and he is a farmer. Now second priority will be who? ये दोनों को तो number 1, ठीक है. Number 2, teacher. Why? He is in government job, getting salary monthly. ठीक है. And last one is, okay, who is in more need? So you are a bank manager, you are making a decision based on ability to pay principal. These two chap more ability, then he has least ability. ठीक है. But need is highest with him. Okay. So what kind of credit flow is there? Most money will stuck to these two people, or at best to some money to him. No money to him. If you are not going to give money to him, how he is going to produce food? Will the economy be balanced that way? Hoga? It's a disbalanced economy. So every sector of the economy should have credit flow. Okay. That is called as rationing of credit. So आगे चल के उसमें in banking sector we'll talk about it as one is called as priority sector lending. RBI defines what sector is priority sector. ठीक है. So for example, no one will give him loan, never. But for economy, loan to him is essential. The RBI will come out with a regulation where they will say that the bank has to give money to those sectors, those priority sectors, ठीक है, as well. Total जो है उसका एक percentage बोल देगा वो लोग. So total का minimum loan is 40%, has to go to that person. Okay, so agriculture and educational loan and other things, these days it become very easy. Educational loan अभी के time में बहुत easy हो गया. ठीक है, why? Because it comes under priority sector. It is part of rationing of credit. Credit मतलब loan has been rationed. Whosoever wanted, whatever they are getting. It's not that only Ambani Adani is getting everything, other one is neglected. You cannot neglect any sector of the economy. If you want the economy to be balanced, then diffusion of credit should be fair, need based. Clear? RBI directs banks to ration the credit supply in such a way that different sectors of the economy get benefited. Example लिख दो, priority sector lending. All right. Now, last one, moral suasion. Moral suasion. Have you heard the word persuasion? What is the meaning of persuasion? Convince somebody. ठीक है कि you convince me, sir आज छुट्टी कर दो. Kind of. I might get convinced. ठीक है, हो सकता है. ठीक. तो similarly, moral suasion is also same impact. Morally मतलब moral sermon. जैसे for example अभी आप I spoke about brainstorming and ये. What I was trying to do? I was trying to convince you कि बेटा दिमाग खर्च करने का है. ठीक है, स्टोर करके रखने कोई फायदा नहीं है. नो यूज कब होगा? जब चलाएंगे. आई वॉज ट्राइंग टू डू व्हाट? गिविंग यू अ मोरल सरमॉन, ट्राइंग टू परसुएड यू टू डू सर्टेन थिंग. आई कैनॉट इन्फोर्स इट. आई कैन इन्फोर्स इट कि मैं टेस्ट ले लूं, आज पढ़ेंगे ही नहीं, मैं बैठूंगा, तुम लोग लिखो. देन यू कांट डू एनीथिंग बिकॉज आई एम द बॉस ऑफ दिस क्लास. तो आपको लिखना ही पड़ेगा. कला सला जो करो, यू हैव टू पुट योर माइंड इनटू इट. दैट इज कॉल्ड रेगुलेशन. That is called regulation. And the thing that I was trying to do was persuasion. So bank also, sorry, RBI also, देखो, see, not everything you can achieve through regulation, ठीक है? It's a wrong perception, okay? मैं रेगुलेशन में एकदम बहुत टफ हो जाऊं, एकदम खतरनाक मास्टर, टफ मास्टर, ओके? कि आप जिसको देखो देख के डर जाओ, ऑलराइट? होते थे स्कूल में ना, some teachers, particularly maths teacher, are very tough teacher. What is your experience? मैथ टीचर टफ टीचर थे क्या? नहीं थे। हमारे टीचर पर दुबे सर वाज वेरी टफ, ठीक है? हम लोग देखते ही डर जाते थे, ठीक है? जो भी कुछ बदमाशी करते रहो, कहीं पे भी देखो दुबे सर आते थे, ठीक है? एनीवेयर, नॉट ओनली इन स्कूल बट इवन आउटसाइड, मार्केट में भी कभी दिख गए, कहीं पे दिख गया, ठीक है? वैसा अगर हो जाऊं तो वो भी एक लर्निंग एनवायरनमेंट के लिए अच्छा नहीं है. नॉट एवरीथिंग यू कैन अचीव थ्रू regulation, through toughness. You can achieve few things by simply persuading people. So bank is finally a business. ऐसा कोई सेक्रेटरी चीज नहीं है, बिजनेस है, रनिंग फॉर प्रॉफिट, सिंपल. So not everything they do or try to do through strict instruction or regulation. So they try to convince things. Okay, sir, I have changed the rate. You should also change the rate. ठीक है? Got it? That kind of, it is closed room discussion kind of thing, where I am trying to convince you. ठीक है? RBI trying to convince, or the bank is coming together and convincing RBI. ठीक है? कि सर CRR is very high, थोड़ा कम कर दो. RBI देखता हूँ सर, देखता हूँ. ठीक है? That is what is moral suasion. Okay? But in moral suasion, you remember one thing, it doesn't mean that सिर्फ convincing चलेगा. Sometimes RBI threatens. Regulator है वो. जैसे मैं क्लास का बॉस हूँ, आई एम द टीचर एंड द बॉस. समटाइम्स मैं अभी प्यार से बोला, बेटा दिमाग लगा लो थोड़ा, 100-200 ग्राम खर्च करो, ठीक है? आप नहीं मानेंगे, मेरा मूड गर्म हो जाएगा किसी दिन, फिर डांट दूंगा. सेम आरबीआई डज इट. सेम बोलता है, नहीं मानता है, इट सेज कि आई विल इंक्रीज द सुपरविजन. ठीक है? बस बोल दिया उतना तो फिर उन लोग का हालत खराब हो जाता है, बोला ठीक कर लेते हैं. ठीक है? तो दिस प्रैक्टिस इज मोरल सुएशन प्रैक्टिस. ठीक है? लिखिए. RBI encourages the commercial banks to align their actions with the broader interest of the economy. Full stop. Although it is not legally binding, but it motivates the bank to abide by RBI's recommendations and guidelines voluntarily. ठीक है सर? चलो, now instruments are done. आगे बढ़ते हैं. Transmission of monetary policy. ओके क्या है बात करते हैं। देखो फर्स्ट लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी। ठीक है, अब आरबीआई चेंजेस रेपो रेट एंड अदर रेट्स। ठीक है, पर्टिकुलरली रेपो रेट। रेपो रेट इज द मोस्ट फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज्ड इंस्ट्रूमेंट। ठीक है, तो रेपो रेट दे कीप चेंजिंग। बट आई एम द आरबीआई, ठीक है, एंड seized SBI and seized HDFC Bank. I changed the rate. Let's say yesterday it was 6%. I brought it to 5%. ठीक है, कल 6%, today 5%. ठीक है, now हमने कम कर दिया. Now yesterday she was getting loan and she was getting loan at 6%. Today she is getting loan at, then she is the customer. Let's imagine इनका कस्टमर है, ये इनका कस्टमर है. ठीक है, नाउ सी इज सपोज टू पे दैट चार्ज इंटरेस्ट लिटिल लेसर ordinarily. Same goes with her as well. She should charge him little lesser ideally. Okay, now if HDFC and SBI decides not to cut rate, what can I do? I am the regulator, RBI. If they I reduce the rate 6 to 5%, but these two chap is thinking हम नहीं reduce करेंगे. What will happen to my policy then? क्या है मेरा पॉलिसी, क्या होगा? फेल हो जाएगा. मैंने कट कर दिया, doesn't mean कि they are supposed to cut. एक तरह से देखो तो, okay. Now why did I cut in the first place? Economy को, to impact the economy positively, negatively, in whatever manner. Let's not go into it. We know repo rate and everything. We are good with that. ठीक है, इकोनॉमी पे इम्पैक्ट तब होगा ना when she and her will change according to my policy, right? Clear? ठीक. Now that is called as transmission of monetary policy. When I changed for customers. Clear? Finally it is her and him who determines the real outcome. They are the one who is taking loan. Whatever purpose they want, that's a secondary question. But they take loan at a lesser rate. They take loan or they don't take loan. That will actually impact the demand and supply in the economy. समझ गए? So that is called as transmission of monetary policy. Now this is a very problematic area for RBI. RBI has struggled with this issue of transmission of monetary policy for a very long period of time. Lately अच्छा हुआ है. तो now I changed the rate from 6 to 5%. ठीक है, repo. But HDFC and SBI, they have also a mechanism na. They also have certain formula maybe, certain yardstick maybe, I don't know. ठीक है, on the basis of which they decide their rates. Home loan rate कि क्या चल रहा है 7% or something like that, right? Personal loan is like 10% approximately, 10-11%. Okay, business loan is more 15% के आसपास. ठीक है, ऑटो लोन क्या कितना चल रहा है 9% approximately, 8-9%, 8% वही आसपास. ठीक है, डिफरेंट लोन, डिफरेंट रेट्स. इसका मतलब है कि इन दोनों के पास फॉर्मूला है ना कुछ, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ विच दे आर डिसाइडिंग. Okay, clear? Chalo. Now let's come to this. So पहले BPLR था, then changed to base rate system, then changed to MCLR system, and presently we have EBR. ठीक है, अब क्या क्या है इसको हम लोग देखते हैं. ठीक है, now BPLR is benchmark prime lending rate. Okay, now I'll dictate, don't worry. Benchmark prime lending rate. Now prime क्या है? Now the loan, okay, for I'm doing business. At the end of the day, bank is also doing business. उसका भी some customer are prime customer. ठीक है. She is the bank manager. Okay. When these 4 people will come, ठीक है, she will attend first to whom? अंबानी अदानी वाले लोग मान लो, अंबानी अदानी है, ठीक है, दोनों एक साथ आ जाए, दोनों को अटेंड करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है. Why not him, farmer? Because of the prime customer they are. हाँ, प्राइम कस्टमर. ये दोनों लोन लिया था पहले, लोन टाइमली रिटर्न, लेन देन चलता रहता है. दिस कीप्स ऑन गोइंग. दे हैव ह्यूज डिपॉजिट विद द स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एज वेल. ओके, शी नोज इट बहुत अच्छे से. तो दे बिकम देयर प्राइम कस्टमर. सो इन जनरल व्हेन आई हैव टू गिव लोन, ओके, मान लेते हैं इफ सी हैज द पावर, मान लो if she has the power to decide the interest rate even, ठीक है, तो normally interest rate is let's say 10%, but these two are prime customer. She can, if she has the power, she can reduce the rate as well, कि इन लोग से कम ले लो. Why not make the interest rate as 9% for them, because they are prime customer. कहीं दुकान पे जाते हैं अपन, we go to shops where we buy things frequently, ठीक है, even without saying they give us discount. है, देखा है? क्यों देते हैं? Because you regular customer हैं आप, you are prime customer. She has the power. If she has the power, she can do. So BPLR was that system where benchmark prime lending rate means that bare minimum rate which they give ordinarily to their prime customers. Clear? Okay, that rate was there. But this rate was there, but again, she is doing the trick. Ambani Adani Sasta and teacher and farmer are getting higher rate. मान लेते हैं. Okay. तो फिर the purpose of RBI fulfilled or not? Not fulfilled here. RBI wants एक parity, but she is doing business. Bank is doing business. ठीक है. तो transmission नहीं हो रहा था. Then they came with base rate system. I'm just telling you the history basically. Base rate system. Base rate is that bare minimum rate, okay, below which bank cannot give loan even to their prime customer. Ambani Adani bhi aa jayega, so she has no choice now. She will say, sir, base rate is 9.5%. I cannot go below it. I don't have power. That rate is base rate system. It is basically calculated with the help of so many other things. It is also sometimes called as average rate system. ठीक है, तो इसका क्या है? So how I am going to calculate the interest rate? कोई interest rate में कैसे calculate करूंगा? Just let's take the example of personal loan. How to calculate the interest rate of personal loan? ठीक है, she is the bank manager. and she will take so many things. Cost of lending, repo rate, she will take. ठीक है. Then she will take the cost that is incurred in maintenance of CRR, SLR, those sort of things, reserve ratio. That is also cost incurred by the banks. इस बैंक की साइड से ही हो रहा है ना. That is also there. Clear? ठीक. All may be future, past operations, present operation cost, maybe future losses that might have incurred. Okay, she will factor in, average it out, and then she will say, "Ki sir, 10% is the bare minimum. I cannot go below 10%, even if these two are prime customer." So average is calculated here. But when you calculate average, repo rate हमने कम कर दिया, ठीक है, and our RBI, and she is SDFC and she is SBI. They are supposed to reduce as well. They have reduced as well. But the rates, new rates will not reflect the kind of reduction that I have done. Why? Because you are calculating the average rate. उसमें repo का weightage will be very less. The impact will be very less. मैंने 6% से 5% कर दिया. But इनका rate, let's say it's 10%, but it has reduced only by 0.25% or maybe 0.5%. ठीक है. तो 0.25% if it reduced, 10% से 9.75 it has come, then the kind of impact on the economy that I was expecting, being the RBI, will I get that? Answer is no. कभी नहीं मिलेगा. Got it? तो again transmission फंस गया. Ambani Adani problem go on, yet transmission is not there when you calculate. Then came MCLR. MCLR का full form होता है marginal cost of lending rate. Whatever is the rate, चलो उसको बाद में बात कर लेंगे. But what is marginal cost? Let's talk about that. ठीक है? All right? Marginal cost का मतलब क्या होता है? Let me first give you the definition. Marginal cost means cost incurred in the production of one additional unit of the product. एक और additional unit में कितना पैसा लगेगा खर्च करने. ठीक है? For example, इस क्लास में मान लेते हैं कि 100 people can sit. Okay. I have taken admission of one student. My cost will be how much? Same. Entire 1000 hour of class, again all the payment of the teachers and light weight, rent. एक रो, दो रो, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100th. तब तक cost remains the same. ठीक है? The moment I have taken the admission of 100, 0, 1, my cost will multiply by 2. Then I have to launch second batch. ये दोपहर में चल रहा है, तो मैं बोलूंगा एक शाम को, in the evening let's launch it. Okay, cost is doubled. Why doubled? Because now optimality is up till 100. Optimality is broken the moment I have produced or took the admission of one additional student. Similarly, I have factory, I am producing this. There is a possibility कि ये produce कर रहा हूँ 1000 produce कर रहा हूँ तो rate is 1000 rupees. 5000 produce कर रहा हूँ तो rate is further lesser मान लेते हैं. लेकिन the moment I go beyond 5000 हो सकता है I have to take out a new machine क्योंकि the overall production capacity of a machine which is producing this one over हो सकता है. Okay, so it is always about one additional unit, the cost incurred on the production of one additional unit, that is called as marginal cost. Clear? अब इसका नाम है marginal cost of lending rate. Now here marginal cost is created, मतलब बैंक है तो she will think about day and night. So what she will think? She will think about loan. If she want her business to grow, then she has to lend as much as possible. उसका बिजनेस वही है ना, तो जितना lending हो सकता है उतना. तो now अब क्या, cost calculation here is average, here cost calculation is marginal cost. What it will be the cost incurred by her bank on the new loan? Old data का factoring will be lesser. So the here the average impact जो चल रहा था यहाँ पे, ठीक है, that impact will reduce, the weightage of your repo will be higher, because it is talking not about past loans, it is talking about the new loan. Clear? So that system came, this system gave a respite. ये इससे बेहतर system था. Okay, but again RBI was not satisfied MCLR से भी, because again even if we are calculating marginal cost, there is one problem. Problem is still the repo is not fully factored. So finally they came with EBR. इसका नाम है external benchmark rate. All these things from here to here, this was internal benchmark. Okay, this is calculated internally. C is SBI, her rate will be different, and C is HDFC, her rate will be different. It depends. समझ में आया? The formula has internal things, broadly internal, okay, some impact of external, that is repo. But here now they have shifted to EBR, मतलब external benchmark rate, internal से external. Now they said that all the loans will be directly linked to three things. You have the choice. C is HDFC, C is SBI, they have the choice कि they can take any instrument they want. तो पहला चीज directly with repo, direct repo से, और in money market we'll talk about treasury bills and all. ठीक है, तो treasury bill का yield जो है, you have not read it, we'll read it in the next chapter. Bond yield and other things we'll study. तो वहां पढ़ लेंगे हम, अभी नहीं जानते हो कोई बात नहीं. ठीक है, सिंपल yield मतलब इंटरेस्ट. सिंपल, in one line if I have to say, yield means how much it is yielding, how much benefit it is giving. Benefit means interest. ठीक है, so whatever is the interest of treasury bill, you can club your interest with that. चाहे रेपो से कर लो, चाहे ट्रेजरी बिल से कर लो, इट्स अप टू यू. ठीक है, सिंस नाउ अभी के टाइम में है कि सिंस इट इज नाउ फुल्ली अलाइंड विथ एक्सटर्नल बेंचमार्क, रेपो रेट इज डिसाइडेड एक्सटर्नली, बॉन्ड यील्ड अगेन is decided externally. Why? Because it is traded in the stock market. Up down होते रहता है इसका रेट, and this up down is dependent on market sentiment. And in economics it is generally said that market is the most rational force. Market क्या है? Most rational force. So whatever rate is decided by market is the optimal rate. This is generally construed in economics. Okay, तो ट्रेजरी बिल ऊपर हो सकता है, नीचे हो सकता है, हम पे डिपेंड नहीं करता है, वो बाहर पे. तो EBR is that now repo rate is dependent on RBI, not on bank. अभी तो बहुत सारा चीज फैक्टर. Repo rate is also dependent on market. Okay, we don't decide repo rate irrationally. मतलब RBI doesn't decide repo rate irrationally. RBI has certain methodology of determining it. It is very much dependent on treasury bill yield. अगर देखते हैं, if you see repo and treasury, you will see there is harmony between the graph of repo and treasury bill. एकदम एक ही टाइप मूवमेंट होगा उसका. This is going up, so this will go up. It is coming down, it will come down. That way. Okay. So लिखो. Yes. Yeah, bank they that the fraudulent business they do. But if you go and talk to the manager, they can reduce. अगर आप बात करेंगे तो they will reduce if the repo rate comes down within 3 months. If you go, then they might reduce if it is on floating point. अगर fixed है तो nothing can happen. But if it is floating, then if you go talk to them, they might reduce. ठीक है. Some loans वो directly भी reduce कर देते हैं, ऐसा नहीं है. नहीं, it's bank decides based on inflation rate. They decide. Write down. Transmission of MP monetary policy refers to the process by which change in central banks monetary policy in bracket repo influence various sectors of the economy. Sectors of the economy, full stop. Meaning, change in RBI policy rate should translate into equal proportion change in the interest rate offered by the commercial bank. Commercial banks. Change. The primary goal of transmission of MP is to influence aggregate demand, inflation and economic growth. Now put up the heading evolution of the policy. Evolution of the policy. Under that, write down number 1, benchmark prime lending rate, BPLR. Under that, write down, it was introduced in 2003. Full stop. It is the rate offered by commercial banks to its most credit-worthy customers, credit-worthy customer means credit-worthy customers means those customers who have excellent record of credit with the bank with the bank. This system lacked transparency. System lacked transparency, hence discontinued in 2010. 2010। अब इसमें आओ, बेस रेट सिस्टम। उसमें लिखिए, it was introduced in 2010 to bring about transparency and fairness in the lending practice of banks. The banks. It is the minimum interest rate offered by the banks below which it cannot even lend to its prime customers. Para change. It is calculated based on average cost of fund which include factors such as cost of borrowing, operational expense, maintenance of reserve ratio, profit margin, etc. अब लिखो marginal cost of lending rate. Under that, write down please. It was introduced in 2016 by replacing BRS. Full stop. Unlike BRS, which is calculated on the basis of average cost of fund the MCLR is determined on the current cost or marginal cost. Para change. The addition, एक minute. The marginal cost is the additional cost incurred in the production of one extra unit of goods para change. For the purpose of calculation of MCLR, following factors are taken into account. Operational cost, deposit rate, maintenance of reserve ratio, repo rate, tenor premium, TENOR, tenor premium. I'll now put up the heading, fourth one, external benchmark rate, EBR. EBR. Presently, the interest rates are calculated on the basis of EBR. It ensures, full stop, it ensures complete transparency and standardization in the calculation of interest rate by commercial banks. Full stop. RBI offered banks to choose from three external benchmarks. Number one, repo rate. Number two, 91 days treasury bill yield. 91 days treasury bill yield. Third, 182 days treasury bill yield. Just one small line below it. RBI also suggested any other benchmarks developed by Financial Benchmark of India प्राइवेट लिमिटेड। ठीक है, ओके। अभी तक आई हैव बीन सेइंग RBI does this, RBI does that, repo rate decided by RBI and all. It's not completely correct. The statement I made is incorrect. Okay, it is not solely decided by RBI. It is decided by a committee. Okay, that is called as Monetary Policy Committee. Put up the heading, Monetary Policy Committee. Okay, now the question is, why did I teach you wrongly up till this moment? Reason, it is easy to say RBI. नहीं तो पहले ही बताना पड़ता मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी कमिटी क्या है. This committee was established in 2016. So if UPSC has asked anything about who decides RBI, sorry, repo and all right, so don't consider that statement as a wrong statement if the question is asked before 2016, because questions are asked. Okay, so it was a deliberate choice कि RBI word हम लोग use करते हैं, but technically it's a monetary policy committee. 2016 में when this inflation targeting came, ठीक है, inflation targeting came, same time में who will target this inflation? It's not RBI, it is MPC whose target is this. Remember it, monetary policy committee. तो पिछले 10 साल से चल रही है, ठीक है. अब I'll talk about it. So the inflation target is 4 plus minus 2. Okay, so there are 6 members in this committee. Normally odd number होता है, but here we have even number. 6 is an even number. ठीक है. अब 3 members are from RBI and 3 members are Government of India representative. Okay. अब चेयरमैन कोई होगा कमिटी है, तो चेयरमैन कौन होगा? इट इज द RBI गवर्नर हु विल बी द चेयरमैन, एंड दोज 3 members आर एक्सपर्ट मेंबर. दे आर नॉट जनरलिस्ट्स, दे आर नॉट मिनिस्टर्स, ठीक है, दे आर एक्सपर्ट पीपल, एक्सपर्ट इन monetary economics or macroeconomics particularly. They are very good economists. Okay, so 3 members from RBI and 3 members from Government of India. ठीक. Now, first thing, why did this committee came in the first place? Let's discuss that a little bit. If you see the inflation rate, particularly in 2012, 13, 14, that phase particularly, inflation rate in India remained very high. Okay, so India was worried क्या हो रहा है, because you know inflation is like cancer. It eats up all the competitive advantage we are having vis-a-vis our trading partners. So a committee was constituted. Committee Urjit Patel recommended first thing inflation targeting, and Government of India at that time, remember, whenever Government of India wants growth, GDP, they are very much into GDP, but RBI's main focus is inflation. If you control inflation, then repo will come down or up. Repo will go up or down. Okay, repo up, Repo up means interest rate on loan will be higher or low? Higher. Higher rate of interest mein will you take loan? If you won't take loan, then factory and employment, will that be created? Demand hoga? Nahi hoga. If there is no demand, there is no GDP. मैं तो government of India, I get frustrated, no GDP. RBI says I have inflation to control. So there is a conflict between government of India and RBI. Okay. So it was suggested by Urjit Patel that why not a committee be formed, and that committee should be manned by Government of India representative and Reserve Bank of India representative. Collectively we can do. That's why 3 from government, 3 from अब बट आप बोलोगे सर बराबर हो जाएगा तो वोटिंग तब क्या होगा? In that case, the governor of RBI has the power of casting vote. In case of tie, governor of RBI can vote in any direction they want. ठीक है? So tie will be removed in that way. Clear? So its mandate is to bring the inflation under that bracket of 4 plus minus 2. Okay? तो आज के जमाने में अगर क्वेश्चन पूछेगा तो RBI should not be the word. It is the MPC. Clear? Write down. It was brought in 2016. नहीं तो रुक जाओ, अभी टाइम हो गया है, कल लिख लेंगे, लंबा है. वन मोर थिंग इज देयर. वो घड़ी स्लो है क्या? 10 मिनट लेस. ठीक है, कल लिख लेंगे. फ्यू मोर थिंग्स देयर एंड टुमारो मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी विल बी ओवर. विल स्टार्ट विथ इंडियन दैट फाइनेंशियल मार्केट. ठीक है, चलो फिर मिलते हैं.